Well, it was a hectic night. I'm really proud of our guys. Great team win. Obviously, started off just really a lot of chaos on defense. Didn't play very well defensively early on. Couldn't tackle. They had a great plan. They were pretty familiar with what we were doing, and that did a great job. I want to give them credit. Derek Wareham, their offensive coordinator, Coach Long, their defensive coordinator, did a great job, I think, preparing. But man, I'm proud of our guys. Our guys weren't going to be denied. It was a great team effort. We come roaring back before half. A couple of turnovers hurt us. I thought the first turnover that they had jumped off sides, and that's why we threw the ball. That's what created that one. But really proud of our guys. It was ugly. We didn't play well in certain areas and played really good in other areas, man. I was really proud of our offensive line against a very difficult scheme in what they run, the 3-3-5, the multiple scheme stuff. They blitzed a ton, and we did a great job. I thought our offensive line did a great job. Thought that we got to eliminate the turnovers and stuff like that. But I was really proud of our guys. Our guys were. It was a very jubilant locker room. And really proud that you can not, we haven't played well yet as a team, and we're sitting here 2-1, and we move on and we learn and we get better from it. But I'm really proud of them. A lot of Jonah Pinogue there at the end. That was a big time play on the hands team, and that's some of the stuff that we hadn't had as much time to work, and we worked that I think once a week. He did a great job with that. Quentin Frazier twisted his ankle on Wednesday, was in a boot on Thursday. Played in this game and got a big time interception. I mean, it was just incredible effort. Lots of ugly football at times, but really proud of our guys and proud to be 2-1 and moving on to the next one.
Okay. Questions?
Go ahead, Stephen.
Yeah, it looks like your defense really picked it up after that. After you fell behind 20-7, what changed a little bit, and what did you see in there? How were you able to contain
Well,
them?
I didn't do a very good job. They were pretty familiar with me. Three of their guys had worked with me, and we were, they were audibling, we were audibling. It kind of going back and forth, and we should have just played base defense. We made some bad calls. I made some bad calls that got us behind. We didn't execute. I mean, the first play, we don't get the call on the backside, so we don't box the end, which we would have had to contain, would have had a sack. But then a play we worked on all week, we just come off the coverage. The quarterback scrambles and throws it down the field. What really killed us tonight defensively that we've not done to this point is we give up big play passes and then big play runs, come up, jump on the ground. They got a nub side and scoring about a 30-yard, run play that we ought to have two people outside. And so we did some things that were very undisciplined. I think a lot of it to start the game was just, I didn't do a good job of I made some bad calls, and they audibled into some good calls. I give them credit. They did some good stuff, and we were just trying to do too much. When we settled down, and I give them credit. The one thing I'll tell you, they lined up, and the hardest thing for us was just stopping the zone. I mean, we knew the zone was coming, and they were blocking us, and being physical. We got to do a better job of that, but. I like how they responded. I mean, we came back, we thought we were going to take the lead at halftime, wound up turning the ball over late there. Again, you learn from all those experiences, but I just love that. I wish you could be on the sideline and see the atmosphere, the interaction from offense and defense and special teams. And I really like this football team and how they battle. And, we put ourselves in a hole defensively by not playing well. And then I think obviously we started getting our legs under us offensively and had some explosive plays and moved football and did some good things.
Coach, you just mentioned that turnover going into half there. I think it was near the end zone. And then Shevin comes out, and I think he had just two incompletions in that second half. You talked about regrouping. What did you have to say to Shevin? Did you have to say anything to Shevin at halftime? And what did you think of how he turned it around in the second half?
I was not very nice when he threw that ball. I'm usually very calm with him. But as that drive was going down, I was saying, hey, man, let's take care of the ball. And if you remember the drive before or earlier in that drive, he was scrambling and threw it back in the middle and almost threw an interception then. And so, we had 3 timeouts going down there. And I said, hey, he's got 10 seconds. So we've used one of our times. We have 2 more timeouts. So just give us a shot, take a shot to the end zone. If it's not there, right there, you should just throw the ball away or ran and got as much as you could and get out of bounds. And so it's probably the first time that I've got on to him pretty hard. I got on to him really hard. And then obviously I talked to him at halftime, said the reason why I got on to you is I don't want you ever to do that. I want you to learn that those decisions right there, you can't, we don't need you to do that. It's not 4th down and 10, the game's on the line, you have to throw the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then there's other things that we can do as receivers. I want our receivers to break differently. When we scramble, we've got to learn how to break differently and to get open and stuff. But I was really proud. That's what I told him. I said, now, you have adversity, you learn from every snap, and then you go back out there and play. And I thought he played really well the second half.
Go ahead, Justin.
You'd mentioned about what the motivation was at halftime going into the 3rd and 4th quarter, but to have such a great game by Shevin, how does that overall feel for you?
Oh, I was very pleased. The only thing that I don't like is those 2 interceptions. I think one of them was, I thought they jumped off sides. We still can't throw the ball up, but we thought there was 2 guys clearing the neutral zone. That's why he threw the first one up. And so really, other than the one play, I thought he played outstanding, and he's just continuing to get better. He's got tremendous respect of our players and our staff. And so, him playing like that really is uplifting for our team. And obviously our players, this is his team. Our players follow his lead. I was pretty impressed tonight too. We finally, I think we had 3 penalties for 30 yards. The one targeting deal, we can't have that. We can't be losing people. We've had massive amounts of injuries with our defensive backs. We're very, very thin back there. And so that hurt us. But, I really challenged the offensive line the last 2 weeks about the penalties. And I thought that was a positive. I think had 3 penalties there for 30 yards. And I want to say maybe all 3 of them were on defense. We might have had an illegal man downfield or something like that on offense. We had a targeting. I know we had a pass interference on defense and maybe a legal man downfield. So I was very pleased that, that we played a lot more discipline from that standpoint. We just didn't play very good defensively. That was a big thing in the first quarter. And I think a lot of that was being discombobulated and trying to do too much. And, you get to, that's kind of the thing that's been different with the least amount of practice is I kind of feel like, okay, now I can start adding and doing more stuff. And I think that hurt us tonight and got us behind. We came out really flat. I was really like, we did not come out and play as we played defensively before. But these guys come back and rallied with a bunch of heart, and was really, really pleased with how they played down the stretch, and proud to be 2-1 and moving on.
Go ahead, Dave.
Coach Dave Ridden with the Star Advertiser. Sorry we haven't had a chance to meet yet, but here we are. Congratulations, first home game, first home win. And you mentioned coming out flat. Do you think it had anything to do with not having fans here? And what's some of the other aspects of the home field advantage besides fans?
When I was younger, Dave, I would give you the coach answer for that. But I'm older now, and I'm going to tell you that I hated not having the fans here. And I do think it was strange. And it was, at Fresno, they played music the whole time. They played a little, they played crowd noise here. But, it's a much bigger place. Than what when we played in Fresno, it's kind of the same atmosphere. But I can tell you that I do think that contributed a lot to it. I was really on our coaches in pregame about, hey, we got to get the energy level. I felt we were flat, in pregame and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it is very. You can ask the players, but I would tell you, for me, it's very, very unusual. It's kind of strange a little bit. It's almost like even a Saturday scrimmage, you got, 100 people at it, 100, 200 people. So, no, I think that I'll be glad when we can get past all this COVID deal and get our fans back, because I think that's a big deal. And one of the things I've taken pride in my career is defending our home field, and to be 1-0 and really not play especially defensively played to our capabilities. I feel really good about it. So we miss our fans, and hopefully I have them back in the near future. But the fans,
And you remember how loud it can. You remember how loud it can be here from 10 years ago. That bowl.
oh, absolutely. And I came here in like 2004, played against June, and Chad Owens and all those guys, and it was rocking. I mean, it's a very, very tough place to play. And when you have it's a hostile place to play is what I used to say when I would come out here when we were in the old WAC. But no, it was different. It was, it's a much, this is a big place, and it was completely empty. It was a little bit unusual, but that's just me, but I've been, I'm always going, I'm old enough now. I'm just going to tell you what I think.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. And one last thing, no penalties at all until really late in the game. That's definitely something to be happy about, huh?
Yeah, I think as we progress forward, you'll see that get better and better and better. So much of it, Dave, I usually have a officiating crew at every practice. It's one of the things that I think is really, really vital, is that the players understand how the game's officiated. It's kind of like if you coach basketball and you have officials that are in your conference, you learn how they call fouls, you learn how they do it, and just understand the mechanics of it and all that. We just haven't had time to do that, and we haven't had many games that matter of fact, we've only had I guess it's the third game in one scrimmage. We've had 4 events that have actually been officiated. So hopefully that's because of COVID, we couldn't have them out at practice. So hopefully we're going to be able to, I think we're progressing with that and learning the rules better. And these guys, they're buying in. They know how important and how it's so much smarter to make sure you don't commit those things. We're going to have explosive plays. We got explosive players, and so we're going to have explosive plays. And you darn sure don't want those things called back.
Go ahead, Kalani.
Very proud of them. I think we were a lot more disciplined tonight.
Coach, I know you mentioned the defense didn't play well, but I want to ask you about the sophomore linebacker, Darius Musa. I think he's led you guys in tackles every game now. I know he had that big third down stop. I think it was 3rd and 1. But kind of a quiet game for him. He had 10 tackles. What do you think of the job that he's done for you guys through these first 3 games?
Well, I mean, he is as talented, and this is saying something because I've coached a lot of really talented linebackers. I think he has a chance to be as good as I've ever coached. And we've built this defense around him and around Corey in the middle, as well as Maya. Those 3 linebackers, and Corey is really a safety. If you watch how we play him, it's kind of a hybrid type deal. But we've built the defense around them so that they would, and they're going to make in this system, they're going to make a ton of plays. But no, he is, just love coaching him. My kind of guy. He doesn't say much at all. I mean, he just says yes, sir, and then he just plays. I think he's a guy that's got a great future ahead of him, and we want to build our defense. We want to have a reputation for playing defense. Obviously, we've got to play a lot better than we did tonight. But he's a guy that fits exactly the mold of what we're looking for, and a big time leader by how he plays each week. And he gives me everything he's got. When he ain't got nothing else, he gives me a little bit more. And so, I'm very proud of him. But we designed this defense, which I've never ran before, and I'm learning as we go, around Darius and Corey and Maya in the middle with Blessman at nose tackle. We just thought we'd try to build it strong up the middle. And obviously, you see we do a lot of different looks, multiple coverages, multiple looks and things. And I'm really proud of him and how he's leading our team and buying in and taking that responsibility to be a guy that plays consistent week in and week out.